Well, Faith, if you're wondering what's going on here, we're in Roberts Point Park watching another rig go out. I thought it might be interesting for somebody up there in a big city to see what goes on down here. It's moving about 3/4 of a mile an hour now that they've speeded it up. But up to this point, it came from Ingleside to here. It was at Baker Gulf Marine built it. And you know how long that channel is. You've scurfed that long. It took from 7 o'clock this morning till just now to get up to the ferry landing, and it's so what's that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5, 10 hours. So it's not moving very fast. The big tug has over 25,000 horsepower, and the other ones are about 16,000 horsepower.
They were delayed a couple hours when the first shot in. It was what we take every issue. You can even do a challenge on a big they shut it down.
The theory behind the whole thing here, I'm going to walk over here and keep taking a picture, and maybe it'll get better as we go along. This is going to drill in about 2,500 feet of water. They can't have a rigid structure at that point. So these big columns that you see there are in fact full of air now and supporting this whole thing, and it's just bobbing around. They have cables that are really made of pipe that go to the sea floor, and there are somewhere in the neighborhood of 24 of them that extend from the sea floor vertically, or somewhat vertically, and to about 200 feet below the surface of the Gulf, where this is going to be at the mouth of the Mississippi. These columns will be flooded, and it will go down into the water almost to where the cross piece is. They're going to hook those cables on to this rig here, and then pump out those columns, which will tension the legs, or tension the cables going to the floor, and that will secure it in place. So it won't be able to move vertically, but it will be able to move horizontally. So therefore, with hurricane winds or any kind of wind or currents, it will, of course, move away from it. But at some point, the cables will stop it, but it'll be a production rig rather than an exploration rig. And then it's set up to do that with all the separating apparatus on there to get rid of the salt water and the gas and everything, and it'll be tied into a pipeline going back to shore in Houma, Louisiana. The size of this, but this is an ocean-going tug, 25,000 horsepower. That is some big boat. And here are the 16,000 horsepower little baby ones. And as you probably remember, there's another tug or two behind, I don't really know how many, that provide tension the other way. And these three are pulling this whole rig and that other tug, which is in either reverse or aim the other way, pulling along towards the channel. Okay, here we have a picture of the tug in the back that's in reverse. Give you a relative idea of the size. Look at the people up on the rig. You see that? It's just absolutely massive. I don't know how tall it is, but there are some marks on the legs, so maybe we can find out. You can see the orientation southeast, and what's that over there? Northeast, so I guess that's so they get it facing right when they get out there, huh? I presume these catwalks right here are for people coming off of crew boats, so that's probably very close to where the water level will be, right there. Is that a lot of power or what?
Thinks about this. You know what? Jimmy drilled, developed the first slant hole rig, and this one they said they can drill 17 or 18 different holes off of. Down 7,000 feet. The water 7,000 feet deep to get to the bottom of the floor. And then start drilling. Amazing.
You can see how this tug is in reverse, and it's going to pull around to its right and pull the stern of the, whatever the, if there's a stern to this, around so they make the turn in the channel. To the size of that generator. Hey, is that a neat picture or what?
Right on the end of the station.
Right on the end of the street. Look at the size of this next to Klein's Landing.
Yeah, it's, look down on it.
Yeah, it gives you a relative idea next to Klein's.